Okay, welcome. Your spirit guide has a very powerful message I'm getting. A very powerful message about your next chapter. Are we getting future self energy? These cards flew out, so here we are. The Sun. What do we need to know about the Sun card, which is the happiest? Sorry, I'm doing this not looking at the cards. The happiest card in the deck. This is like your future guaranteed coming in. Your future self is aligning with Mother Earth here. There's like a timeline energy, leaping, quantum leap to your new timeline. Ooh, clarity. Beautiful. I've been like working on these cards for a while, and I'm going to use this card, this image, as the backs of the cards. Clarity. Clarity of purpose, clarity of intent. Becoming clear on your goals for happiness and success. Quite often we can be, we can get like swayed, particularly in like social media times. I mean, we always were, but we can be kind of sold a dream. Not, I'm not saying anyone's selling a dream, but we can be sold a dream. We're like, oh, that's happiness, that's success, that's the dream life, without then taking the moment to tap in, root system, down, from the pinnacle of our head and even above, the crown chakras slightly above, down through all of our chakras, down through our legs, down through our feet, grounded in the earth, like tapping in higher self, your soul's purpose, your soul's frequency, into what is success and abundance to you. And we all have, I'm being told to hide all the rest, you have your own specific version of that. 222 on the timer was trust that you're in the right time and the right place. It's the right time and the right place to plant this seed, to become really clear. Noticing the story dice. This is interesting because you'd think it was, it is. I thought it was a bow, but it's a person. Oh, this is leaping out of your comfort zone for sure. That's someone parachuting out of an aeroplane or helicopter or whatever. I'm getting the energy of getting out of your own way. The phone coming through to clarify that energy of, like, it's actually easy to be swayed by what we see other people doing, our friends, our family, influencers on social media, whatever, TV, movies, all kinds of media. It's very easy to be swayed into believing that this certain thing is the life you want. Whereas there's an energy of getting out of your own way, even choosing to kind of disregard what you see on media and really taking quite like a meditative action, I'm getting, of really kind of, escaping from, or not escaping, but you get what I mean. I'm just not managing to say it. But detracting, something like that. Anyway, removing the outside influences that you've been gathering for a lifetime about what a successful, happy, gorgeous life is, and start tapping into what might that look like for you. It could be quite different from your friends and family. It could be quite different from what you see online. Even an energy of like branching out, because we all get in our own echo chamber of the algorithm. They're like, oh, you like seeing this kind of thing, here's more, here's more. But even maybe throwing in some random search terms to find what strikes true for you, what has that sense of grounding, with that kind of visual meditation that came through of like grounding from the crown chakra. Here's our roots, you know, our spiritual antenna branches up here, but grounding and really digging deep, going deep, to find out what that is for you. You could use, you know, the internet and social media to, you know, maybe watch some like documentaries about people that live in different ways, just to like, I get an energy of like rolling the dice, throwing yourself out of the plane with the parachute, of course, to see things differently even. Hanged man energy. You know, from that vantage point of seeing, you know, more than what you're used to, you may well cotton on to like your next chapter. What will truly give you this sense of happiness, joy, safety, security, and gorgeousness. That both of these are like the deliciousness of life, the enjoying life to the fullest, enjoying every meal, enjoying going out in the garden, or enjoying going and seeing your friends for a beautiful, like, fine dining dinner. You know, it's like clarity. Clarity at the very least of the next step. You know, we don't need to tie ourselves down, you know, for the rest of our lives, but it's this diving deep into what is true for you, for your destiny, for what will bring you true happiness. Is it dancing in a field or dancing at the club? You know, like, what is true for you? Oh, yes, higher self. Let that higher self come down and clarify with you and anchor in. We're anchoring the vision into the earthly plane with our Queen of Pentacles here. Interesting. Queen of Cups, Two of Wands. I do need to, I've always read tarot cards in the upright. I feel like 78 cards, it's telling the story. But I do feel like I want to learn more about the reversed. And, you know, always you start with the, like OG meaning of the reversed. But then you start reading, or I do, start reading intuitively. Where are we? Swords, Wands, Cups. Because what I get... Oh, okay, and then they go into the court cards, weird. Is this some kind of energy of, we're going to move into just my own intuitive interpretation. It's not the time for learning right now, but I will learn more about the OG meanings. But what I get here is there's some sort of denying, self-denial about what you truly want, or what this happy, successful vision is. Some sort of self-denial. For some of you, Two of Wands in reverse, it just feels out of reach. You're like, you know, this isn't helping me to envision, you know, this dream of sailing around the world when I don't know how to sail, I can't afford a boat, you know, all that sort of thing. This feels practicality wise in terms of what's preventing the pilgrimage of your life to live as and in your higher self, in your higher being, in your highest state, in your higher self's vision of what happiness and success and abundance is for you. Some of you are just sort of stuck at the window feeling like, but how could I, like, I know what it is. These are for the flip side. You know, I know what it is that I want. I feel it. I know it. I don't know how to get there in the physical world. Reaching for our beautiful animal spirit cards for you. Ooh, ooh, the fish. Okay, so this is definitely, I mean, it's Piscean energy, spiritual energy. This is actually trusting the flow, like allowing magic in, allowing divine intervention. This is a clue for you. For those of you that feel stuck at the window, you know you're clear, but you're like, I don't know how to get there. There's an energy of leaning into the magic of life. We've all had those moments, haven't we? Those synchronistic moments, and it feels like magic. And that's because magic was allowed in. Like, if we're sort of very dogged and we're like, the only way that I can live this vision of my next chapter is if I get that much in my bank account, if I have this job, if I do this, if I do that. It's very rigid, and it's hard for the universe to intervene. It's hard for your higher self to communicate with you. It's hard for your guardian angels to drop little synchronistic possibilities in, because you're too fixed on the structure here with the window wood beams. When we're too fixed on the structure, we're too fixed on the how, not the what, not the vision. It's very hard for our spirit guides to intervene on our behalf, because we're quite fixed in how this has to happen. And so the guidance for those of you that are resonating with this energy, the guidance is to kind of let go of the how. Like, you don't need to know the how, or rather, you don't need to determine the how before it happens. Because when we do that, we are also, like this person here, constructing barriers. We're also giving ourselves all the reasons why we can't do it. So let go of the how and focus on the vision. This is very beautiful. It's like your spirit team is like ready and waiting. Like, the flow is there, the synchronistic, magical events, the chain of events is actually here, like waiting for you to tap into this, where it's very difficult. You know, it is challenging. Our mind likes to plan. Our mind likes to know. You know, our lives are very pragmatic. You know, you do this and then you do that. But do your best to remove the how, the structure of how you think this might happen. Just let it wash away, like wash it away, and choose to only focus on the vision and allow magic to start working in your favor. Allow the divine to intervene, which they will. Because this is aligned with your higher self. This is aligned with your spiritual purpose, and this is aligned with your soul path. This is your soul's vision of living a life of health and happiness and safety and security and joy and freedom and all those things, and growth and development, all the things, all the good things that this physical plane has to offer, that this world has to offer. They're ready and waiting to intervene. Just remove the barriers, remove the structure of the how, and lean into just the vision. Letting go as well, surrendering with our parachuter. I mean, to throw yourself out of a plane in like so high above the ground, and trust the parachute, and trust the people that have trained you, and trust the person that you're tandem skydiving with, all of that. There's this energy of allowing, of surrendering to, and also I'm getting surrendering to higher forces. Like if you feel like you structurally on the physical world have barriers to this vision, it's this quite potent energy of I surrender to the higher benevolent powers around me, and I trust that they will work this out for me, and my job is simply to notice the synchronicities, follow the synchronicities, trust the flow, and go with the flow. Tiger. Ooh. Okay. So what was coming through before? I'm actually asking myself, I'm asking the space. With the Queen of Cups, there was like a denial. This tiger is akin to the High Priestess in this deck. I love this High Priestess card. Yes, it is very annoying to watch someone go through the whole deck looking for a particular card, but here we are. You can speed it up. It's quite often at the end. Oh, the Magician. I'm bringing him out. He struck me. He struck me. Okay. I need to reconnect with this. She is going to be at the back, isn't she? Unless I've passed her. There she is. Uniting with your dream life. The beginning of that is becoming clear on what that is, and that it won't be like other all other people's version of living a life of health, happiness and success, but this is you uniting with yours. Very powerful energies here. The tiger, the Magician, the white tiger, High Priestess. I did say earlier what the Queen of Cups came through as was some kind of self-denial, but that could have been mixing in with that whole energy of releasing, of surrendering to. I think these are separate. I feel like the Queen of Cups, that sentence came through, and those of you that resonated with that message is for you. But otherwise, the Queen of Cups was the lack of flow. That was guided by the fish. The fish had to come in to clarify what the Queen of Cups was about. That surrendering to higher forces that are working in your favor. This tiger, the Magician, and the High Priestess, I mean, gorgeous. I know that a lot of people consider the High Priestess and the Hierophant as divine counterparts, and I respectfully disagree. 1 and 2. For me, the divine counterparts are always, the equals and opposites, are always next to each other in the tarot. The Emperor and the Empress. Why would we have number 2 and number 5? I don't know what the rationality of that is, because also these two are different. And that's what divine counterparts are. They're the equal and the opposite. And this is bringing that together with power, with intent, focused intent. Look at the way this tiger is looking at you. This is becoming clear, High Priestess, higher self. This is becoming very clear about what this life of health, happiness and success is for you, the perfect match for you, what that is, and then it's taking action. The Magician wins the energy on the physical plane. They have all the tools of all the suits, all the elements at their disposal. The suits are elements. We have air, earth, water, fire. The Magician uses the elements, uses the physical world, uses their skills, uses what they know to achieve their dream. And the High Priestess knows what that dream is and receives spiritual guidance along the way. She notices the signs, signals, and synchronicities. The Magician works in unison. When we are in unity within ourselves, we're working with the two. Yes, we're creating like material world pathways to achieve our dream, but we're also following the signs, signals, and synchronicities. And we're also crucially trusting in our own higher power, in our own higher vision for ourselves, our own soul's path. That isn't what everyone else is doing. It's very unique to us. And these two combined, match made in heaven. Boop. Like, match made in heaven, because, oh, I keep missing that one, because these two together manifest. They magic things up out of nowhere sometimes, because the clarity of intent, the clarity of purpose, the going with the flow of how the universe is conspiring to create this beautiful opportunity for you, and also taking action where necessary. So it's this that's our key. And what we're being guided to begin with is, you know, putting down the outside influences and really going in, eyes closed, eyes closed, eyes closed, basking in the sun, not looking at bricks and mortar, not looking at structures, not looking at other people, but going within to find this beautiful higher self clarity, boom, of what this beautiful life of abundance and success and harmony and joy and love is for us. What is the nature of that in truth for us? And once we know that, look at you go. Suddenly these are being righted. High Priestess, Queen of Cups, spiritual guidance, spiritual receptivity, following the signs, trusting the signs, intuitive capabilities, linked with making plans and taking direct actions in the physical world. This is what needs to be rebalanced at this time. Starting with this, I'm actually going to hold this card up again to close out your reading. I might use it as the thumbnail, I might not. I might use our tiger here. But this is beautiful, beautiful. Thank you all for being here. I love having you here. I love being part of this community. I love reading your comments. Please like and subscribe. I'd love to see you here again.